Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel in Economist. So we were studying the 10 principles of economics and we have stopped in this particular example of Air India flight. Now in this particular lecture we will continue with our example of rational people think at the margin and we will talk about the diamond water paradox. So we know that diamond is very rare and it is very expensive while water is cheap and abundant. But what is the paradox? Let us understand the paradox. We will say that diamond is a very luxury thing and we don't need diamonds for surviving, right? Diamond is not an essential good. It's good to have a diamond, but we don't need diamond for our everyday living, right? But water is an essential item. We need water for our daily purposes, right? We need water for everyday survival. But we know that we pay very little price for buying a bottle of water while we pay very high price for acquiring one additional diamond. This is what the paradox is. Now let us see how to explain this paradox. We will say that a person's willingness to pay for a good is based on its marginal benefit that an extra unit of that good could yield, and also the marginal benefit in turn depends on how many units of that good a person already has. I hope this logic is clear to you. So we will say that the marginal benefit from 1 unit of additional water is very less than the marginal benefit that one additional diamond provides. Is it clear to you? I hope this is clear. In terms of marginal benefit, if you see, water provides very less benefit than that we have from an additional unit of diamond. Why this is so? The marginal benefit depends on how many unit a person already has. So water is usually abundant, right? Water is usually abundant. So if you consume one additional glass of water, you will not get as much utility as you get from having an additional diamond. So that is the reason this paradox comes into the picture. This is known as the famous diamond water paradox. And this is again an example of rational people think at the margin. We always think at the margin and okay, so we always think at the margin and compare the marginal cost and the marginal benefit while taking up decisions. What is the rule of thumb here? The person takes a positive decision if marginal benefit is more than the marginal cost. I hope this is clear to you. This is what we have seen here as well. The marginal cost in the airline example was very tiny, and that is the reason why one additional people can get the ticket and the airline will still be profitable. And here also in case of Netflix, the marginal cost is literally zero. That is the reason why after paying the subscription fee, you can see as many movies as you want. And the fourth principle that we are going to talk about is people respond to incentives, right? People respond to incentives. Let's again explain it with the help of an example. Suppose price of apple rises. Price of apple goes up. Then what will happen? People decide to buy fewer apples, right? If price of something goes up, you will demand lesser amount of that. So the demand for apple will fall. And this is what? This is the buyer's response to the negative incentives. Now, what will happen to the seller? Apple orchards will decide to hire more workers because they are getting higher prices for their product, apples, right? So they will try and decide to hire more workers and the production of apple will rise. So the supply of apple will rise. This is the seller's response to the positive incentives. So as we have seen, incentives could be both positive as well as negative. And here price, in this particular example, price acts as the incentive. I'm sorry, okay. Price acts as the incentive that affects the demand and supply of apples. So let us finish it up by giving the formal definition of incentive. So incentive is something that induces a person to act such as prospect of a punishment or a reward. So we have seen that incentive could be in terms of punishment or it could be in terms of reward, and it is something that induces a person to act. I hope this is clear to you. Stay tuned for the next lecture where we describe the other principles. Thank you, and if you like our content, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for your time.